What's up, good people? It's your girl Tanika Nikki, and I think I found a missing piece to the puzzle of people um, whose names or conversations or situations have been connected in regards to Jolie Musa. Her parents were, or her mother rather, was talking about Jolie discussing an African boy that she used to chat with or have a conversation with or whatever the case may be. I've located that African boy, and this is him. He's from Guinea. This is him. I hate to mess up the pronunciation of his name, but it's BYM. This is his latest update in regards to Jolie. This was done on January the 28th. As you see, it features her and her twin and a young lady in the center. Not sure who that young lady is. I'm just going to go ahead and click the translations on all of them. So this very well may be the African boy referred to in regards to conversations that she may have been having or snapping or whatever the case may be. I won't be so quick to jump the gun this time. It seems as though the lead that I thought was very much a possibility wasn't, or it hasn't been revealed if it is or isn't. But hey, that's what happens. Sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong. So I won't jump to conclusions on this one. I'll just say that he was a friend of Jolie. The gentleman I have been pointing out to you guys, I still don't take back how creepy I found him. I don't take none of it back. And I'm glad that that particular gentleman was exposed for the creep that he is and the danger he could possibly be to children and teens and women in general. But this isn't what I'm going to do with this particular person. It's just somebody that Jolie knew and whom I'm guessing is the African friend based on his origination. Does he still live there? I don't know. Had he relocated to the U.S.? I don't know. But he's friends with Jolie. All right, guys, this is all I have for you at the moment. But if you know anything about me, you know I'm going to keep on digging and keep on looking. As we know, sometimes information isn't given to us in the raw, you know, just like that press conference they did. It was a bunch of shucking and jiving and giving up of no info. However, you know I'm going to give it to you the way I find it. If I find something else, you know I bring it to you guys. Let's chop it up in the comment section if you choose to. Again, rest in peace to Jolie Musa, and I hope she gets justice soon. We're going to wait on the cause of death and to see if they actually charge somebody in her murder that's actually guilty of her murder. Peace and love.
A person of interest is in custody in connection with the death of a Fairfax County teenager. The body of 16-year-old Jholie Musa was found in an Alexandria park on Friday.
Peggy Fox has been on this story since the very beginning, and Peggy, you just learned some brand new information. What is it?
Well, I can tell you that a 17-year-old is in custody in jail. He is not charged with Jholie Moose's death, but he is charged with a felony assault connected to Jholie Moose. Now, from talking to the family, we know that she has an acquaintance who is a 17-year-old, and that she had a no-contact order against this person, and that he had been in jail, and then he was out of jail during the time of her disappearance on January 12th. And we also know from what police just told us that this juvenile was arrested on January 18th, and they say that they had uncovered a prior felony assault. And I'm not sure if that's the felony assault that I've been told about. But at any rate, police cannot give any details about this juvenile. They are prevented by law from discussing juveniles, and they call him a person of interest. They have not charged him again. They have not charged him in Jholie Moose's death. We asked the police a number of questions. Number one, why was this missing girl labeled a runaway from the start, and why wasn't more of an alert put out? Why wasn't an Amber Alert put out? Here's what they had to say to that question.
There are certain requirements and thresholds that must be met in order for an Amber Alert to occur. One of those requirements is, in fact, that there is an abduction element. That there's an abduction, that we conduct an investigation, and that we can definitively say that during the course of our investigation that an abduction occurred.
So they say that from the start they took this case seriously, that they were on it when the family called them on that Saturday after she disappeared and they discovered that she was missing and they didn't know where she was. Police say they took it seriously, that they put people on it. Nevertheless, they still labeled her and listed her as a runaway. And the family continues to tell us that they never thought she was a runaway. I asked that question to police. Why did you label her a runaway when the family said that she wasn't? And there obviously are details that they aren't able to give us, but we will continue to look for answers. We also are waiting for cause of death. We would like to know, a lot of questions asked today about about where she might have been killed. And her body was found on Friday at Woodlawn Park, less than a mile away from where she lives in the Mount Vernon section of Fairfax County. And police had said they had gone to the park twice, that was the second time on Friday that they were searching that park, and that's when they discovered her body. They could not tell us why it was that they didn't find her body the first time. We are still waiting for answers how she died, and whether or not she was killed in that park or dropped there. And then a charge. You know, who did this to Jholie? They have a person of interest who is in custody, someone that Jholie has known. Is it the person who killed her? We don't know, and police say they will keep looking for answers. Reporting live in Fairfax, I'm Peggy Fox. Back to you.
Hi, Peggy. That was actually my question. Is there a sense from police that there might be additional people possibly involved, that they're out there actively looking for, or are we getting the sense that kind of the noose is closing around this one particular person they might have in custody, and that might be it?
I think they are keeping all the leads open. We had information that Jholie Moose was Snapchatting with a strange man, and also that there was a boy in that same park where she was found dead. He was playing basketball on the basketball court there, and he let someone borrow his phone. A strange man came up and said, "Can I borrow your phone?" And that man called Jholie Moose at 5:24 January 12th, the Friday she disappeared, about a half hour after she walked out the door and was never seen from her family again. So I would assume police are still trying to track that down if they haven't already.
Okay. Peggy Fox here, live for us in Fairfax County. Thank you.
Was found.
At a press conference today, we heard who investigators are questioning after Jholie Moose's body was found. News 4's Jackie Benson is at Fairfax County Police Headquarters tonight with the latest on the investigation. Jackie?
That's right. A person of interest has been identified in this murder. 17, someone who was known to 16-year-old Jholie Moose, someone who may have known her enough to send that text to her family the night she disappeared saying, "I'm going to..." to a party in Norfolk. Now, the Mount Vernon High School student disappeared in the hours after school. She was last seen about 8 o'clock on Friday, January 3rd.
Come on with it.
She was found dead in Woodlawn Park near her home 2 weeks later. Now, police tell us that detectives developed information about a previous unreported felony assault on Jholie, and that is the crime for which the 17-year-old is in custody.
Number of leads that we had, both viable and leads that did not pan out, took us to places as far as Philadelphia, up and down the East Coast. This case took a lot of turns with a lot of incoming information and a lot of leads to follow up.
Now, police will say only that they were led to Woodlawn Park, which was searched twice. They will tell us that they were led there by information developed during the investigation. Live in Fairfax, Jackie Benson, News 4.